Hello, Instagram family. I always get a little pang of nerves before I go live. Not that anyone's watching right now, but hello and welcome to another episode of Intuitive Business Connections. This is my favorite part of the week. I know we don't have a schedule at the moment, but I'm just intuitively choosing the days that work for me. So today we're going to be speaking to Akeim, who has recently cycled through my Brand Alchemy Journey and come out with some really beautiful offerings. Now he's a movement coach, movement director. I like to call him a movement alchemist. He's so full of joy and of energy and is really able to see the positivity in life, and I will get him on right away without further ado. So let's see where he is. There he is. Let's invite him in. Here he comes. Yeah,
Hello.
there you are.
Ah,
Hey,
wow.
how
This
you
is a new
doing?
experience. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I just never been in someone else's live before, so that's great.
Welcome. Welcome to
Yay,
the
thank you.
living room, office, sometimes a bedroom, workout studio, Instagram live studio. It's like
Yeah,
literally where I'm doing everything. My partner's out playing football today, so we've got the time to get down and talk about all of your experiences on the Brand Alchemy Journey and what
yeah.
you're basically what you're here to do, because I believe you have such unique gifts, and it's been really amazing to follow your journey and to kind of watch you really like skyrocket after we've worked together. I mean, obviously you've been doing a lot of work before that, but it's just great to watch your journey. So I'd like you to just introduce yourself to the viewers, and for the people that are watching later, just tell them a little bit about what you do, and then we'll go into some questions. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Amazing.
Um, so yeah, my name's Akeim Toussaint Buck. I'm the director of Toussaint to Move. I call myself an interdisciplinary
That's
an
good. Give you props.
interdisciplinary performing artist, but also I make work, I perform in work, but the thing that I love the most actually, especially right now, is coaching people through movement coaching. So I do one-to-ones online. I also do workshops. I teach. I work with kids. I do quite a lot, but the main thing I'm really excited about right now is the movement coaching, the one-to-ones, and this course that I have coming up, which is just super exciting. It's just making me bubble every day, and every
Oh,
time I do a
so
little bit and I see someone
good.
interested and I talk to them, I'm just like, yes, you are gonna
Yeah,
love this.
I
Yeah.
love your enthusiasm. It's so infectious. So let's talk about your course later, because I've got lots of questions, and
Yeah.
I'd really like you to give us a bit of a demo of maybe what we can expect towards the end of this chat, if that's cool.
We'll
Yeah?
see what comes out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We're going intuitive business. So on that, how how would you say you use your intuition in your business? Where does it come through?
It's come through in I don't have like a specific daily practice that I do the same thing every day. Instead, I have a feeling that I'm aiming to experience.
Mm,
And sometimes that feeling, it depends on what I need on that day. Sometimes I do feel like I need to just give myself an extra charge and feel like, whoo. And sometimes it's complete opposite. I need to just come down and pray. And that's great. And then in terms of and the way that so that's pretty much how I live for myself internally, but then that transfers into the coaching and stuff with my communication with people. I try to keep it just really honest and just really transparent and just being
mm,
myself. And I try not to have a specific thing that I have to say or love to say to this group of people, and then I have another thing. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. Let's go. That's
Yes.
hey Darish.
Hey, Durish, another movement alchemist.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how it's come into my business, and even in actually with the course, because I wanted to actually launch the course in September, to be honest, but I started your course in September, and that
Mm.
really helped me to kind of um to let go a little bit, because I would get like, oh no, I wanted to launch it then and I didn't. Oh, what am I doing? But then I thought, no, there's obviously a reason. Just chill, watch what's happening, and move into that space. Now, I've come with I have a date now, and it feels a lot more right. It feels a lot more ripe, actually, because
Mm.
a lot. I'm in more conversations about the work now. There's something that feels like there's a momentum happening with it.
Hmm.
So it just feels a lot more like a healthier time to do that. So in terms of the business and using my intuition, it's around things like that, really. Just letting go of the control that I feel I need to have all the time.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. I had a
Yeah.
similar experience when I launched the Brand Alchemy Journey the first time round. I put
Mm.
this rigid date in. I was like, it must be on this date, and then I was like, oh no, hang on a minute. I'm only up against myself here. No one else, nobody else. And slowly, I'm learning that rigidity and that kind of those roadblocks that you put in the way for yourself they're just not serving you. So I really like this idea of just using the intuition and kind of feeling into it, and if you have to extend the deadline even longer, then maybe that's what has to happen. But yeah, I love that. Now, obviously your intuition plays a big part in the creative side, so I want to talk about the creative process. So when you're, let's say, at the beginning of a project, you've been given a brief for a show, or you're coming up with your own ideas, the ideation process. What's your kind of go to thing to get into that mode?
I love going on walks. Walking and having music on tends to get my mind to just go places. Also, talking with people, actually. I
Mm.
love bouncing ideas off other people, because you're so, especially if you're like, I was literally speaking to someone about this yesterday. If you're the idea, you create the seed, and you're just living with the seed, and then physically you're doing some other stuff, like like for instance, myself, this week I'm a musician, but I'm thinking about the project that I have to do next week, where I'm a choreographer, and then I'm also thinking about this other project that I need to write an application for. So I'm just like, ah, but I can't actually, with the project that I have to write the application for, it's literally still just a seed. But when I shared the idea with someone yesterday, oh my God, they turned it into this massive tree. And it was just like, oh,
Beautiful.
I need to make sure I remember what they're saying, because it's nourishing this idea that I had. And so it's things like that, just really sharing ideas, remembering that no idea is actually yours.
Mm,
For
very
me, I can't
important.
I can't hold an idea and be like, this is mine. No, no. I have been gifted these ideas, and that's why I feel more open to share them with people when they're just very early. I'm not scared anyone will steal them or anything like this, because it's not mine. I'm just lucky enough to be some kind of channel to do that work. So that's one of the things I like to put on, like healing frequency stuff, and meditate as well. That's really nice. That really, depending on what I need, sometimes mainly my heart. I love to go into my heart space and then just dance. That tends to comes out sometimes as well. Really just going for it and getting really sweaty and
Yeah.
jumping around a lot with my hair out, and it's great. A lot of fun.
Nice. I had to do that this morning. I went to do my normal meditation, and there was a drilling thing going on over there and something else over there. And for a moment, I started to feel that like anger of why can't I meditate? And then I was like, no. I'm going to make my music louder and I'm going to dance more. And so I just did like 3 songs really, really loud, got a sweat up, and then was like, ah, I can start work now. That's
Exactly. I call that my dance, my joy. That's why I call that. That's why I call doing that. That's why I call it. You know, you put on any song you feel like you need right now, and you just go for it. Don't care about how it looks. Just find that feeling and live in that feeling. That's it.
Oh, I love that. Living that feeling. So nice.
Yeah.
So have you always lived in that feeling? Is that this something that you've done since you were done since you were young? And like your family have been like you've been basically just you dancing out the womb.
I wish that'd be great. No, yes and no, actually, because the first part of my life, I grew up in Jamaica. So I was born in Jamaica and I left Jamaica when I was 10. And that experience, the culture in Jamaica is very open in terms of like music and dance. So I'm walking down the street, coming from school, there's sound system playing some music. There's a bus going past with some music. There's other students from the high school who are dancing their way home. You know, it's just a constant thing. And that has really enriched my life and enriched my body a lot. So coming here where the culture is a bit, well, a massive difference,
Yeah.
dance kind of became a crutch for me. It became safety because I would use dance instead of talking. um
Yeah.
literally, I would use dance to communicate with people, or to even just let people know I'm here and I want to connect with people. And that kind of just became the thing for me.
Dance allows you to like speak from the heart, speak from the soul, and yeah, I've been watching some of your performances, and they're really really touching, really epic, and like you said, you do tell such beautiful stories through your body and evoke such emotions and activate healing in people with what you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, that one, the activation of heat, that I didn't realize that that is what happens or is happening until more recent. Like, even, and then I look back at certain memories. You know, if something really bad happened when I was little, I would end up dancing. I kind of pinpointed certain specific. There's a memory that I have of when I got my first CD player, and it was Missy E, So Addictive, 2000 and something, Missy Elliott album, first album. And I put that on. I can't remember what happened earlier that day, but something happened, and I put that on, and I was 9, and I was just dancing for like an hour straight, sweating, crazy, and I came out of that, and I felt a lot better emotionally. Um, so growing, becoming an adult now, and reflecting on that, and I'm doing the work that I'm doing and reflecting on that. I'm like, wow, it's true. Like, dance really is medicine. It really does heal you. You know?
So true. Yeah, I've had a similar experience myself, like going through a really tough breakup. The only way that I could communicate what was happening was to choreograph this contemporary piece and
Yeah,
film it in the sea with all the sea like flying
yeah,
behind me, and
yeah.
I was there with a video camera on a cool box and people were walking past like, and I was just crying in the sea.
Yeah, it's
Like, these are my
beautiful.
emotions, people.
Yes, yes. You know, sometimes you need to. Life is a stage, you know. Life is a stage in a way. Like, not like a perform and I have to act or be something fake. No, but life is a stage where you should allow yourself to put your heart on the stage. Allow yourself to put your heart, you know, people say put your heart on the line. Put your heart on the stage, you know? Really
Yes.
communicate who you are right now. Because you need
Mm,
to. Because if you don't, you don't know what bus you're gonna miss, or what plane you're gonna miss, or whatever, you know. So, or what person you're gonna miss. So when we really align with our body's feelings, and whether we can communicate that through words or not, when we then communicate that through the physicality, it's beyond what people can ignore. People can't ignore that. They just can't, you know.
yeah, so true. I've had a real like gap from dance and from movement. It's something that has been a very big part of my life since I was young, and sort of went through the traditional schooling of ballet, tap, modern, and rebelled to create a breakdancing crew when I lived in Manchester.
Sick. That's dope.
Yeah, and then yeah, so went really deep into that, and then in my late 20s, early 30s, moved away from it, took on other hobbies which I was just as passionate about, and it's only now that I'm falling back into the rhythm, falling back into the dance. I mean, you can't really see it, but I've got my drum hanging up on the wall behind me, and I find drumming and dancing and it's just so grounding for me. And like you said, it's that feeling that connects us back inwards. And we're
Mm.
so I'm so easily distracted, right? And just,
Me
it's
too.
like everybody is these days.
Especially
We've
these
got
days,
one
yeah.
hand on our phones, one hand on our laptops, and the other one's thinking about what's for dinner, or the bracing about what's for dinner. But when you dance, you can't really think of anything else, can you?
No, no. That's literally what I told my mom. I remember when I was 16 and I started doing an A level in dance, and she said, and I was trying to say to her, I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And she said, why? And I said, when I'm doing it, I just don't think about anything else. I just feel so alive. And I want to just keep having that feeling. So,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
the
this is
optimum flow state, isn't it? Where
absolutely
you reach that sort of 0 point of perfection, doing everything and nothing all at the same time.
all at the same time. It's really interesting because you have to let go of the judgment and the compartmentalizing and making sense of something. Even though there is a space for that, because sometimes like in the course, I a part of the course is about this, how you can go in deep and you can go on a journey with the movement and then stay in that subconscious mind because you've just rattled the cage of things and you don't know what is coming out. Sometimes a memory that you've put way back is coming, so you can write that down and then you reflect on that and you can learn so much about yourself. You can learn about the traumas that you have that are the beliefs that you have that are controlling or defining the world or the reality that you're experiencing.
Yeah.
And that is where you break the chains. That is where you unravel who you truly are through the
Mm.
movement. And that's the work. That's the
The
beautiful work.
busting through the veils and like seeing that other side, and that's where the magic happens.
Hmm.
I went to Dirish, who was on here before. I went to his Shakti dance class yesterday, which was super heart opening. And
Mm.
like I said, I haven't danced for a while, so it was absolutely amazing. Came home, was just really like in my center. And I'm doing a manifestation and abundance course with Rachel, in fact, who you were on the course with, I
Ah,
think.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
And I did one of her meditations and had this amazing breakthrough. I think this is all because I moved as well, and managed to go back to my first memory of my first negative memory of money, right? And
Mm.
what it was, it's just so funny. I remember this so well. I was
Yeah.
about 4 years old. It was at like the local shops, Fur Road, and there was a 2p coin. Someone had super glued a 2p coin onto the pavement,
Yeah, I remember people doing stuff like
and
that.
I
Yeah.
and I went to pick it, and it wouldn't come off. So like that, almost that first feeling that I got of money was that money is unattainable. You can't pick it
Oh
up. You can't have it.
no.
And then there's layers upon layers of programming that goes on top of that. But
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, whoa! I managed to get to my 4-year-old self through dancing and meditating. So cool. So it's been really
Exactly.
interesting to I can start to unravel that now. So it's just a
Exactly, exactly. And it's oh yeah, similarly, like I remember because I've had this kind of weird relationship with guilt. And I, from doing some work on stuff, I came to a memory where my mom, because my mom makes clothes, so back in Jamaica she used to sew quite a lot. And I went to a private school, so we had to pay school fee. And I remember being on the stairs and looking at her and be like, Mom, come to bed. And she's like, no, I have to sew because I'm working and I have to pay for this and I have to pay for that. And so I then felt guilty that it was because she was taking care of me while she couldn't go to sleep. And yeah, but you know, those are the things that you come up and you then get to see them. And the size of those things change because that you then get to see them. You know,
Yeah.
when things get revealed, it's just so beautiful. You really get to know yourself.
And you can bring your adult self to the table, to that child, to that inner child, and be like, you know, this is why. This is why they were doing that. Or this
Yeah,
is why.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay. Slowly those wounds and those things that seem big, yeah, they start to go smaller and heal.
Mm-hmm. That's
Amazing.
it.
So tell me, how was your experience on the Brand Alchemy journey? And did you have any sort of standout moments where you were like, yes, this was a breakthrough?
I think you know exactly what moment I'm gonna say. I remember when, yeah, because I've again, it's the money thing and being afraid to ask people for money to actually say, what I have to offer is worth this much, and this is how much it is, and that's it. I'm was terrified to do that. I was, you know, constantly questioning it, and it's when we had our call and I was speaking to you and I was telling you about my story of when I knew I deserved something, so I went out of my way and found a way, legal way, not nothing bad or anything, you know, just following my heart and believing in what I know I deserve, and I made it happen, and I came out on top, um, with all the. I wouldn't even say I sacrificed anything. I didn't. I just lived and I just believed in what I wanted and what I'm about, and I just make it happen. And when you told me that, mate, you did that, so other people are out there who will do exactly the same thing for what you have to offer. I was like, what? That's so true. How did I not see that before? I'm not some kind of special person. Like, I just knew what I wanted and I believed in it and I went for it. And everyone can do that. Like, every single one of us have that capacity. And it's that, like, you forget that. You think, oh, that amazing thing that you overcame. Yeah, but everybody else has that capacity. Everybody else has something they can overcome. And that was an amazing moment. Um, yeah, that was a huge moment for me. And then in terms of like just using like the fact that, you know, using Pinterest, I never even thought
You're like,
of
shut up,
the
Pinterest.
importance of collating things that align with something that you're trying to create, and that really helped me to create my landing page. Because now, because I got the colors in my head, I got and even the photo shoot that I went on, you know, for the pictures on my landing page, like the fact that we even found that space, that was quite intuitively as well, because it was the friend who took the photos is someone who I haven't seen in years, and then all of a sudden, boom, they just popped out in my life. And I was like, oh, and I'm like, oh, I want to take some photos of you. And I'm like, okay, cool. Can we do them outside? Because I'm trying to look for this look, and I knew the look I wanted, so I knew what to go for, and it was because of doing your course. So I really understood what my brand was about a lot more, because
Wonderful.
I
The
for me,
vision stuff that we did with the retreat where you take yourself on the guided meditation.
yes,
Visit your
yes,
soul retreat, that one.
yes, that was really amazing as well, because yeah, that's how you kind of envision what does your landing page look like, what is this and all these things feel like, and what is the feeling you want people to feel. So, you know, really going in and making those decisions is so vital. um and you don't realize it. You
Yeah.
just maybe you do, but maybe it seems daunting as well, because you're like, oh, but what if nothing? Just
Yeah, yeah,
fly,
yeah.
you
What
know?
if, just shut up, what if?
Just fly, you know, just jump into it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And I'm just really grateful for that experience. Yeah.
No, I'm grateful for you being on the course. You brought amazing energy, and it's so good to connect like this and to carry on following your journey. I believe that it's when we do this deep work alongside the brand alchemy stuff,
Mm.
you start to resonate at a frequency that is similar to the frequency of your ideal clients, and then you become magnetic to those people, and very naturally in just the laws of quantum physics say that those particles will be drawn together.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we go a bit lower vibration and we start to get a bit, you know, oh, what if we're changing our frequency, and those people aren't going to see us, or they're going to be in that lack, or they're going to be in that scarcity as well, and we're just not going to be in an even match.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, I've been learnt so much this year about
Mm.
being on that frequency. So I'm just checking the time. Right, we've got time for you to tell us a little bit about your course, and then also I'd love for you to offer a movement practice that we can do now together and stand up, and everyone who's watching can join us as well. And
Mm-hmm.
then if we've got time, do a couple of questions at the end.
Cool. So moving the inner leader is a 6-week immersion, embodiment immersion. It's 3 modules. Each module lasts for 2 weeks. And the first module is called reflection. The second is repatterning, and the third is re-engage.
Oh,
So
cool.
I'm glad you like it. Reflection is, yeah, pretty much what we kind of just touched on a little bit. So so one of the exercises is you lay in Shavasana and you just breathe. You breathe, you connect to your body, you connect to your heart. And over time, settling into your body, settling into the ground, settling into the earth, you then embark on a movement journey. And this movement journey is preferably, I like to encourage people to be blindfolded, because when you take away especially the eyes and you really tap into feeling being in your skin, it's like you grow this force field around yourself, which actually is where my research into this stuff started. Because I was looking, when I was in second year at dance school, I started to look into embryology and the fact that the heart creates the body. Oh my God.
We grow from there, right?
Yeah, we grow from our hearts, which is just incredible. So yeah, I use that again to kind of unravel things that are coming up for people that will come up. We try and integrate it, you know. So looking at those traumas if they come up, looking at whatever belief systems you've created for yourself that has told you that you can't dance and that you don't look good when you dance, or that you have 2 left feet, you know, those things that we tell ourselves. So then the second module is about repatterning. So we all have different bits in our bodies that are tense or that overcompensate for something else being weak and this and that. So I'm using different elements of Feldenkrais and Alexander technique, which are, I would call them restorative practices, restorative and rehabilitation practices, because you can use them for both. And yeah, we just use the very simple repetitive movements to simply find efficiency in moving. And the more efficient you move, there's actually the more pleasure in your movement. You know, nice and gooey joints, nice and gooey spine, you know,
Yeah.
finding that and just really settling into that. So then the last module, re-engage, is where we really start to dance, where we really start to, you know, I start to teach you movements. You know, we don't just go from an improvisation or from a movement journey place. We start to actually, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all that kind of setting. So it will be mostly from my movement practice, Earth Flow, which is a combination of contemporary dance, elements of Caribbean dance, capoeira, yoga, and animal flow in there. Yeah, and in each module there is a celebration. Like I know it's online, but I really just like, because I feel connected to you right now. Although you're wherever you are and I'm wherever I am, I still feel like there's some sort of connection happening, and that's really one of the big things that I want people to feel. I want us to feel connected. So in each module there's a celebration of the fact that we've passed on to a new module and we're doing a new thing. And then at the end of the course, there's another celebration just to close the whole thing. Yeah, so I just want to create a very supportive environment where people can talk about their challenges. If they're having a challenge today, oh, today in my movement practice, I didn't feel like I could do this, do that. So we can all just support that. You know, that's really at the core of what it is. And the whole thing of moving the inner leader is actually moving the intuition, because the intuition is the inner leader, you know?
Yes!
Yeah! so that is
That's
you know,
it.
that is the code inside of the course. Really, it's about unlocking your intuition and learning to trust that inner voice, because I feel like we in our society, we get moved to not trust that inner voice, to be in lack, to be wanting something outside ourselves. And yeah, it's time to really just come back home. It's time to really come back home. Yeah.
Knock on your own door and be like,
Yes,
hello, come in, there's a
come
party
in.
here.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, amazing. So can you just do a little practice now where we can stand up or do it sitting down, either or, that we can have a go at to get into our bodies?
I wanted to do a my dance my joy, because it's so I also throughout the course I'm going to be encouraging a daily practice of my dance my joy, which is basically just on a song and you just go for it. So we're going to do
Are you going to put on a song? Yes.
Oh yeah, I've got a tune lined up, I think.
Amazing. I'll move my chair out of the way. Have a sip of tea.
Let's first just connect to our heart. So wherever you are, just bring your hand to your chest, one hand to the heart, the other to the stomach. And just take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Really breathing into the stomach, the heart. Tapping into the sensation of your skin. Just bending the knees slightly, just softening everything. I'd like to ask you to just let your weight rock. Allow your body to simply not be still. Because we always want to have a little bit of movement, especially when we're standing. Just feeling the weight shifting side to side or front to back. And when you're ready, just tapping into the spine and letting whatever come happen.
This made me really happy already.
Let go of feel the space around you. Okay. Let's bring it down.
Wow.
Coming back to the heart, coming back to the stomach. Feeling the heart in the chest, beating, beating, beating. And as we're breathing, just filling our body up with a sense of gratitude, giving thanks to the dance. Thank you.
Wow, it's got this big wave of emotion then. Oh, you just say thanks to the dance.
Yeah, I know, like the poet in me just went, give thanks to the dance. I got ants in my pants. I need a chance to dance. I don't know.
Yes. We all need a chance to dance. This should be like standard practice. Every office, every living room, like let's make this like a world thing. The midday.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
has to
absolutely.
dance to one song.
Yeah, yeah, just one song. Just have that
Yeah.
one song. You know, it's so great.
Yeah, so good. Thank you so much for that practice. It was really just so beautiful. Thank you. I'm all like a little bit all over the place, but just before we go, I'd
Yeah,
love you to tell everyone where they can find you, and you know what. I know we've talked about what you've got coming up, but best way to contact you, how to book on your course, and all of that sort of stuff.
cool. Yeah, you can find me on my Instagram at Toussaint to move. That's TOUSSAINT if you go in my bio, in my link tree, you'll find a link to my I'm doing a free webinar actually next week, Monday, which is going to go deeper into what the course is all about, and also I'm going to share some more practices and just talk a bit more about myself and how I come to do this work and why I do this work. Also, you can check out my website, which is www.toussainttomove.com.
Beautiful videos on there, guys. Have a look.
Yes, thank you. And how else can you reach me? No, just direct message me on here. I'm pretty easy to speak to.
And
I'm always
are you doing discovery calls for your course?
Yes, yes. So if you want to talk more about the course on a personal level, yeah, just hit me up in my DMs and we can have a nice chat. And yeah, the free webinar as well is pretty much kind of like a big discovery call. So if you're really interested, register
That's
for
where to go.
the webinar. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll put all the links in this video after we've after we finished, and so they'll go out there as well, which would be
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you so much for this. It's like
Oh,
it's the perfect end to what seems like a busy day for me. So it's good to kind of
for
shake
both
it
of us,
out a
yeah.
little bit. Got a little
Yeah,
bit of the
absolutely.
sweat on.
Excellent. Good.
Thank you for
Thank
that.
you. Yeah.
And just a last word, I have launched the Brand Alchemy Journey round 3 today, and I still have places in case anyone wants to join. You can DM me. I do the whole discovery clarity call thing. So, yeah, if you're a bit confused about where you want to take your brand, or you don't even know whether this is for you, then contact me. We can have a chat anyway, because there's somewhere that I can probably slot in and figure something out for you. So,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, I highly recommend it. Emma, you're just so genuine, and that's one of the best things. And you encourage us all to be genuine. So
Yeah.
it's like one of the big keys, I think, in it, because with doing a lot of this stuff, sometimes you can be scared to be yourself. And actually that's exactly who you're supposed to be, because no one can be you.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, my journey has been a series of not being myself for a long time, being myself as a
Mm,
kid, and then putting on all of these different masks throughout my 20s and
mm.
part of my 30s. And now I'm just like, hang on a minute. No. I'm just, yeah, being the dance, being the beautiful dance that is life, and all of that authenticity that just wants to come out, and I actually can't stop it now. So why not?
There you go. Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
for
for
this
having me.
amazing conversation. So good. I'm sure it's going to go far and wide. Lots of people have good fun watching it.
Excellent. Yeah, enjoy
Mhm.
watching and having a good boogie.
Yeah, everyone enjoy. Much love. Mwah. See you soon. Take care.
Peace. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.